confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Canes will put total leather to crank us up. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So LSU's offense will go to work first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both... the defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
The Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Looking to throw, it's Winston. Snagged out of the air. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now on 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. Makes it past the marker. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Works the middle. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
He lets it fly. But that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Soft spot in the middle. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on 1st down. On the run, still looking. Quarterback gets the 1st down and more. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
And it's just a pick-your-poison thing for this defense. They decide to play man-to-man. Really good coverage in the back end, taking away the pass. But then what happened? The quarterback sees it. Not only does he see it, everybody trailing their guy, so much space for him. He takes off and makes the huge run for this offense.
He's got it. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Winston. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. 10th play of the drive coming up, but this time a chance for the defense distance to get off the field on 3rd and long. Here's the pressure. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this.
Makes the grab, he's got a 1st down. Touchdown LSU! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
I love the aggressiveness early by this offense. 4th and goal, no problem. Putting the drive together, staying aggressive, and they get rewarded.
I like just paying the drive off, too, because it's the opening drive of the game. You've marched it down the field. You want to come away with a touchdown, right? And maybe the decision-making there for the coaches, listen, even if we don't get it, our defense is out in good field position. There's a lot of football left to go. We can make up for it later. I love the aggressive play.
The Hurricane offense will get its first crack at it now. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defense,
turning it on. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The RPO, it's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on 1st down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in the ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Canes will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Looking downfield, it's Winston. Going deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
First play of the period will be a second down. Guys, LSU has the lead here. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got the quick pass. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Got his man quickly. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
Gets it out fast. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as...
And they will score! Touchdown LSU! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They'll start this drive with a pass. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Gets it out quickly. There he goes. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Leaves it with the back. Looking for the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Miami!
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Winston. This time he's got it. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity.
Converts on 4th down. Still going. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. A strike downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to...
Four. It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. You just can't take a play on. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Herb Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense at Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that too.
Gonna let it fly, and it's picked off right at the goal line. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success.
He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Slithers into space.
Returner brings it out to the 32. And your LSU Tigers will take over.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out of the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of...
Oh, he's got some space. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Right on target this time. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a 1st down just outside the red zone. Last completion moved the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. To the air, it's Winston. Finds his big tight end. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and the secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
When an offense starts to get inside the 5, defensively, I get more and more aggressive. I get closer and closer to my guy. I got to understand that ball comes out. It's tight windows. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Tigers! Fired in from the red zone for the score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
This guy's an excellent route runner, and he has really good hands. You've got to. That's now his 3rd receiving touchdown. They've only played 3 games. Nobody can cover this guy up to this point of the season.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Louisville is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up by 20 over Wake Forest. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Phyllis?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Wants to go up top. Unleashes it on the run. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Flying down the right side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but...
Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back.
Boy, and that might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have set your offense up right before the half to maybe close this gap.
And the offense is out on the field with a 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And that is no good. Opportunity to fall within a touchdown, but the missed field goal leaves us with a 9-point game.
That's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, running back gets to give. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Baton Rouge. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's head back to Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Going the other way, and he's got room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to quit the field position with the return.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT.
He's trying to get it in, and he'll home it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And here's the return. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going. In this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Working that left side. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Hand off from the gun. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Hurricanes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Looking to throw, it's Winston. He's got him. Still running at the 40. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Quickly complete. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. The Hurricanes can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. On target. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The Canes will hustle to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Lost to fire on second down. Quick strike complete. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on second and 2. And the Canes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go up top on second and short. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. And the Canes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Lost to throw it. Oh, they're after him. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Talk about a breakdown in coverage. That might be the easiest catch he'll have all day.
It doesn't get much easier than that, except the hardest part about this is the walk to the sidelines, because then you have to justify what happened, and your defensive coach is going to be just a smidge upset that you left that guy wide open in the end zone for the big play.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They were on the move the last time they had it. Unfortunately, an interception ruined that threat. Now to see if they can put something together and have it pay off in points. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Back to throw. It's Winston. Working that left side now. And they reacted well with the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. They go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Out of bounds at the very edge of the red zone at the 20. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for second down. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football, though.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And I love this. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to eat that clock, let it tick down. A field goal here, I'm up by 2 possessions. I'm still in a very good place. I don't have to get over-aggressive, Jesse, if I don't want to.
No, and you can put this game out of reach, too. If you could score a touchdown, this thing's basically over. And you know, at this area of the field, it's really hard to throw the football because the windows are so small. So be the more physical team. Go ice this game.
To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Tiger! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the 4th quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defense
Looking deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The Hurricanes send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the returner will be brought down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the...
It's a running room. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers! And the stomping has commenced. That leads a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.